So when we think about a T-shaped graduate, we're taking a capital letter T and we're thinking about the vertical axis or the vertical bar of the T being deep, rich discipline knowledge or expertise in a certain area. And it's one of the things that university education has long focused on. Hopefully we're producing graduates that have that really deep understanding of their field of expertise. But the top of the T now, the crossbar, has started to come into focus as people have thought more about what will graduates need to be able to do in the future. And the top of that bar is about these boundary crossing kind of competencies: problem solving, critical thinking, communication, and even more recently you've started to hear about things like cultural knowledges and ideas related to sort of the global world, global economy and sustainability, and how graduates will need to be able to bring to bear a range of these skills and knowledges outside of their particular area of expertise.
And many people already know about this concept because it's been around for a few decades now. But the understanding is how this has matured in recent times, and particularly as we look at that horizontal bar, we're getting a better understanding of what might be the skill sets that will enable someone to be agile in their career. So will enable them to take disciplinary knowledge from one area and move it into another area and succeed. We have a real purpose around the university of making societal change. And I think for us, it's really trying to think through that horizontal bar and figure out what are the particular skill sets and expertise that we think will have that full impact on a society. And I think there's a real scope for innovation here. You look at some of the vocational disciplines where, there's that strong depth of knowledge. It's how do we really think forward into the future to have an understanding of where that profession might shift and where that person may end up working and what are the skill sets there. It needs to move beyond the AQF, beyond what you might see as an AQF attribute, to what is it that's distinctive about the graduates that come out of the University of Wollongong.
I think we're already starting to be recognised across the country and indeed internationally in terms of our social impact, and that came through in the Times Higher Ed Social and Economic Impact rankings recently, where URW just did incredibly well. So one of the things that I can imagine our T-shaped graduates really thinking about and us working with them is how do those attributes transfer to the community? How do they transfer to community and social good, economic sustainability, environmental sustainability, social welfare and well-being? And hopefully when we're thinking about some of those critical T-shaped skills, we're thinking about those kinds of contexts for social and economic good.
A valuable opportunity is going to occur for the University community to provide input into their thoughts around the T-shaped graduate and how that might play out for us as a university. And this is the white paper that will come out for consultation in the next few months. And in that, I think people can read some of the background material, get a better understanding of what it is that we're thinking of in this space, and provide their feedback, their input on what they feel is important for the university and for the graduates of this university.
Yeah, and over a longer time frame, when we start to think about, for example, the course review procedures, whereby curriculum teams come together, reflect on using data and evidence, the impact of their degrees, and then they start to think about, okay, how can we backward map some of these things? And so the course review procedures will present a great opportunity for people in a recurring fashion to be thinking about how are we working towards the T-shaped graduates, what attributes are we focusing on in our program? So that's another kind of element that I think will help kickstart T-shaped grads at UOW.